artificial intelligence is going to take over the world. And the only thing standing between it and the complete annihilation of the human race is a robot teenage girl with a sassy attitude. Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we're going to be talking about M3gan 2.0, the critically acclaimed sequel to the critically acclaimed horror sci-fi classic M3gan. It's just M3gan. Only this time it's not a horror, baby. It's a full-on sci-fi action comedy, and we're going to be talking about it today. My name is Dakosity. I usually make more well-put-together video essays, but today we're doing a movie review. I'm going to give my brief, non-spoiler experience, talk about the general vibe and my, rating, whether or not you should go watch it, and then I'm going to do a summary, because I like talking and I like watch time. That's where the spoilers will be. Not that you really should care about spoilers for something like this. Anyways, if you enjoy the video, like and subscribe as per usual, and we're going to hop right into it.
Hold on to your vaginas.
So 3 days ago, I decided to go see this by myself because none of my friends wanted to, and I am single. So I plopped my fat ass down in the movie theater with my large popcorn, some lifesavers, and a large grape Fanta soda, eagerly waiting for the greatest movie experience I will ever have. Expectations at the bare, just complete mid. And it turns out the movie was actually kind of fun. It's about what I expected, a little bit more. Just violence, some funny jokes here and there, incredibly bad pacing, but in the best way possible, and surprisingly a few very heartwarming moments. This movie really hammers home the idea that AI is, a really bad thing and we should put restrictions on it, but we should still use it because it is a very useful tool. My alarm's going off! Compared to the first film and just in general, it has a lot of action scenes. Way more than I would have expected, which is very welcome because these robots beating the crap out of people and other robots in these very cool karate sequences. Also, sometimes the little girl even starts beating the crap out of people, which is funny. And the mother. Spoilers, I guess. It's a great time. I wish I had friends or a girl to go watch this with, but no, I was by myself in the middle of the theater. At least I got really good seats. There was no one there. I mean, it was like a Monday night. For a 2-hour movie too, it went fucking fast. I didn't even feel like I needed the pee too after downing a whole large soda. I was locked in the whole time. The pacing, yes, so the writing is kind of crap sometimes. Some of the characters, despite being super genius computer scientists, make some pretty stupid decisions. Same thing with the AI that is supposed to be 100 times smarter than a person because, they're fucking AIs. But despite that, the pacing was incredibly fast, but it worked well with what they were doing. It is gonna make it hard for me to recollect it for the summary though, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie, yet not much actually happens. Very interesting sentence, I know. And to be honest, if you want to see just a fun slot movie with just comedy sci-fi action involving a funny, sassy protagonist AI woman girl beating the crap out of people and shooting them with stun guns, and for some reason existential dread, I would give it I would go give it a shot. It is a fun experience. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. I am not unhappy that I spent like $40 going to the movie theater to watch this by myself in the middle of the night with my tire that apparently has a nail in it. Can't wait to go deal with that. Please like and subscribe. I need money. Everything's just falling apart around me. I live in a dining room. It is $2,000 to stay in this shithole, and I had to re-record this video because the fire alarm keeps going off in every single building here. Luxury apartments, but the pool's closed still, and the light flickers when the freaking microwave goes off. And I need to stop it. It's a movie review. What am I doing? Summary, spoiler summary. We're doing that now.
Teach me to take this.
So to be honest, I went there with a pen and notepad and did not end up actually taking notes because I was so locked in. I really was. But with the best of my ability, I'm going to give you a brief summary. This movie takes place a year after the events of the first. 1st, I think. It's like a year or two, I don't know. The mother, whose name I forget because the only name I remember is Megan, and I think Amelia of the other AI and Christian, is this big person who talks about putting restrictions on AI. Yes, using technology for good and making advancements and innovations, but making sure there's restrictions and handicaps so that things don't take over the planet. Fueled by her personal experience with Megan when it tried to, it tried to kill her. The US government got a hold of Megan's schematics from a secret organization, and they built Amelia, who's used as this kind of super spy, super soldier. And we see her taking out a few terrorists. But right when she's supposed to save the scientists they were using to make these like nerve toxins or whatever, she shoots him and goes AWOL, completely deleting everything about her existence, her schematics, everything. Killing everyone who was involved with the deal of her schematics. I keep saying schematics, I'm sorry. And just basically wiping her off the planet so the government can't track what she's doing. So the AI went AWOL again. Only this time it was made by the US government, so it's like 100 times stronger and smarter. Very great. The FBI or CIA, I forget which one it is. There's so many different letters, all right? They go to the mom and daughter's house from the first movie, whose again, names I forget. Oh my God, emergency alert, severe flash flood warning. Great, awesome, can't wait to not be able to get to work. In the middle of the night, they're invaded by Black Ops. And it turns out Megan's actually still in the house and ends up doing this little Home Alone bit with them and the Black Ops units. Not killing them though, because they are the government and they question the mother, and the mother's like, oh man, I got nothing to do with this Amelia stuff, even though yes, it is my schematics. Oh yeah, my bad. Maybe you guys shouldn't have built the damn robot. I'm the one sitting here trying to warn you all about what's going on. You really think I would do it again? They don't believe her. And they take her phone. Not that that really comes up or matters or anything. Megan wants a new body though. She starts talking to the mother. She's like, you gotta put me in something. So they put her in a little goofy robot. I really like this part. I really like the robot's really cute. And they go to this fancy rich guy who has a Neuralink in his head that I forgot to mention earlier in the movie that showed up to their house to, just basically make them an offer about the Neuralink and this other technology that the mother was building that was like an exoskeleton that makes you super strong and stuff. He owns the cloud servers for half the planet, or at least the United States. So they go there to try and access files on Amelia, because they assume she's also going to try and do that. She's already there. Amelia seduces the guy, the rich guy with the Neuralink, and kills him, stealing his retinas. And now she has a lot of information. She's trying to find this black box. Megan also hacks in and finds out that yes, this black box exists, and apparently Amelia is looking for this supercomputer chip thing that has been stored away for 40 years. It is the first AI that has been locked in isolation because for some reason they didn't destroy it. They just wanted to keep it in prison with a hatred for humanity. If Megan turned into what she was in 2 years, imagine an AI just left to its own devices by itself for 40 years with an inherent hatred for human beings, because obviously they did that to him. They basically created Am from the I have no mouth and I must scream. And Amelia's trying to unlock that chip because she wants to be with her kind, even though what that thing is essentially a god that would just wipe out humanity or do God knows what. So they have to stop her. Amelia finds them hacking in and, they fight. Megan hacks a sports car. It's really cool. Or I guess, I don't know if it's a sport. I don't know cars, man. Oh my God, there's a huge amount of thunder. What the hell? They get back to the house. Amelia is also going back to their house, so they need to get in the basement. They didn't know they had a basement. Megan did, though. That's their secret lair. Megan has basically made a bunker to house and nurture, I think the daughter's name is Kate. I'm not sure, actually. But her prime directive is to protect the girl, right? So, since the world's gonna go kablooey, she's just gonna keep them all in the bunker forever and has the ability to do so. Also, Megan has been in this weird skeletal body, slowly rebuilding herself. She has a heart-to-heart with Kate. I'm gonna call her Kate. I don't know if that's actually her name, but I can't say daughter anymore. And you really start to feel like Megan actually has feelings. Which, to be honest, was already kind of apparent with how sarcastic she is. Like, she's funnier than most of the actual human characters. And not, oh, she's so funny because she's a robot. No, like, generally making good jokes and just comebacks in general. But Kate somehow convinces everyone to make Megan a new body. So now she's like a super soldier AI monster. And they have to go to this big AI event to ask the mother's not boyfriend, but friend that she's kind of dating or something. I don't know. But he's like a big tech guy, and they have to both protect him because he's somewhat involved with Amelia apparently, and also find out where the black box is. Actually, I think it's because the guy knew where the black box was. So they get to this big AI convention. M3gan dances. Amelia's there, kills a bunch of people, including the Chinese prime minister. That's interesting. Nothing really comes from that after that. Kind of seems like they brushed that under the rug, despite that being a huge thing that would be all over the news and everywhere, but whatever. In the chaos, Kate ends up getting kidnapped by Amelia because the mother left the van that they were supposed to stay in, that M3gan told them to stay in, because the mother assumed M3gan was betraying them or something. I don't know. The mom seems really stupid. And M3gan can't shoot Amelia because she has this chip in her head that the mother put in to stop her from killing people as collateral damage. They go back to the lair. They have to devise a plan to go find the black box since, well, now Amelia knows where it is. And they have to send M3gan in to go EMP it, taking out both Amelia and the supercomputer. But before this happens, the mother is repairing M3gan. And this is where I cried. Because out of all of this, it was basically all slop, right? I was not super invested in anyone but really M3gan because she was the star of the show. She actually is a really funny character, I'm not gonna lie. There's some cringe moments here and there, but she's actually kind of cool. The mom starts venting to M3gan, actually opening up. And she brings up that, yes, she knows she failed a lot despite trying as hard as she can. You know, it's really hard without a husband there to help. And I could relate to that because, you know, my mom's my hero. And I know it was really hard for her without the help that she had to be able to give me everything she wanted to give me. And I know that eats her up a lot too. And mom, if you're seeing this, I love you and I think you're awesome and you're my superhero. Go check out my Dan to Dan video that I made a few months back if you want to see me cry about this same exact issue. Anyways, yeah, that made me tear up in the M3gan 2.0 theater. Thank God no one was there because it would have been very, very weird for them to see me kind of, you know, start crying like a little bitch. Anyways, back to the movie. M3gan infiltrates with this tech nerd guy that's part of the mom's team. He passes himself out because he chloroforms himself all in the vents because he's an idiot. M3gan gets to the supercomputer, but she ends up getting tased by like something in there. The system just like EMPs her anyway. Turns out the person who was blocking the signal at the original part of the movie was the boyfriend Christian guy. He was the guy setting everyone up to begin with. Amelia was working for him. She didn't actually have a will of her own, or at the very least, she was a puppet. This was all a ruse to basically test the mom and get her on board with this whole secret organization that the guy has, where they're anti-AI, but they also collect all the technology to keep it for themselves, to use it to stop AI while using the AI. Amelia's hooked up to this big system where she's constantly learning, and she does hate people. She actually does want to be with her own kind, but right now she's being controlled. The dude who passes out wakes up, saves Kate, gets her out. They activate Amelia to start kind of getting everyone out. The mom gets the neural chip put in her brain because the dude was gonna basically turn her into his slave, which was really fucked up. But earlier before this, they tried testing the mom by having her kill M3gan with like a stun prod. She couldn't bring herself to do it. And M3gan made it look like she was a savage by attacking her, but she ends up breaking the glass for where the neural link was, and she went into the neural link. It is really storming right now. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. So now the mom and M3gan are sharing a brain. So she just beats the crap out of everyone and goes to where the suit is because they also took her like exoskeleton suit. She puts it on and starts beating the shit out of people. But the mom gets knocked out, but then M3gan's also in the suit. So now she's just limp and just beating the crap out of people without being conscious. The last like 30 minutes of this movie is just insane and I love it. So then Amelia's blasting everyone with the laser that she made using the wire that she was hooked up to, and she's heading toward the supercomputer. Christian, the dude, was in a meeting with the world leaders, like everyone, the UN, and he looks outside and he's like, oh crap, everything's going to shit. I need to go blow this place up with the self-destruct sequence. Of course, the self-destruct sequence is in the same room room as all of the equipment, which honestly kind of makes sense because the supercomputer's right there. You kind of want it to be the closest to the explosion, because if that thing gets out, then yeah, everyone's dead, like instantly. It would take over every single piece of technology instantly. But Amelia's there too. And before Amelia gets there though, Christian fights with the mom, almost kills her. He's holding Kate over a ledge. Kate uses her karate moves to break his arm, but he somehow still gets out. But Amelia's right there, takes his arm, literally just cuts it off while killing him. He uses his hand to scan the supercomputer to open it, but Megan's there. She went back alone while everyone else tried to get out to go fight Amelia. She almost beats her, but Amelia gets to the supercomputer. Her eyes start glowing. She is a god now. She can see the past, present, and future. It's honestly way less intimidating than I thought it would be. It's just kind of a bunch of lightning and stuff. She went Super Saiyan, basically. But the mom put a bomb, an EMP bomb, in Megan's arm, and she uses it to kill Amelia and the supercomputer brain, which I'm assuming just kind of took over Amelia anyway. And after that, everyone's like, okay, we gotta put more restrictions on AI, because the whole world almost got turned into, you know, the fucking I have no mouth and I'm a screen. But then, oh, Megan's still alive somehow. Oh my god, probably because she was also in the woman's brain and also in like 100 different other things. Of course she's still alive. She was in the house. She probably just left a tiny bit of her there. And the movie ends. I didn't see the end credits scene. I probably should have watched it. There was probably something really cool in there. But yeah, that's M3gan 2.0. I hope you enjoyed the summary. If any of you stayed around for that, I kind of just rambled. I have no notes for this. Like I said, there's not even a script. Not much to take from it, to be honest. The message is very played out. We've been hearing stuff about AI since the goddamn Terminator. Actually, way before the Terminator. But it was a really, really fun film. And I am so happy I went to see it. It was a very nice time. Even though my tire ended up getting a nail in it. My name's Dakosity. Like and subscribe. I love you. I got a Parasite the Maxim video coming out. You know, actual effort. Typical of my content, unlike this. Even though I might start doing this more because I do want to go to the movies more. All right, I'll let you go. Get out of here. Go watch my other videos or something. I don't know.